श्रीगुरु श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरि ओम ओम सुखं नित्यं सत्प्रकाशं व्यापकं नामरूपयोः अधिष्ठानं बुद्ध्यबोध्यं बुद्धेर्दृग्यत्तु निर्मलम् अपारं सर्ववेदान्त वेद्यं प्रत्यक्परं महः तदेवाहं न मत्तोऽन्यत् इति मे निश्चिता मतिः. So we were talking about the importance of life force. Bindukshayeva sarvanartha nidhanam. Now he is continuing with that. He says protecting that life force is what is the important thing, and losing it is cause for all the troubles, all the pain. Yoshita eva Yoshita eva Bindukshaya karanam, and the other sex is the cause for the loss of that life force. Yatha Gudakanshino Manavaha Ikshudandam Yantre Nishpidya. Since this is talking about virtue, he is presenting it in the form of a woman. Yoshit means woman. Okay. Now, Yatha Gudakanshinaha Manavaha Ikshudandam Yantre Nishpidya Tadrasam Grihitva Nisaram Ikshudandam Dure Kshipanti. Tathaiva Ratikangshinyoho Mahilaha Kamaturam Purusham Swabhujabhyam Bhrisham Apidya Tad Anga Nisrutam Viryam Grihitva Kshina Viryam Tam Durataha Parityajanti. Like people who are interested in gaining the jaggery, what they do is they take the sugar cane and put it in the machine, and by crushing it, they take the sugar juice, and after that sugar cane juice, after taking that sugar cane juice, they'll just discard the crushed portion. Similarly, that sugar cane, crushed sugar cane. Similarly, this lady also who is interested in his the male companion, she will use this person, and once she takes the energy, she will discard him. Sarvottamam imam bindum kama paravashaha mudaha kshanamatra sukha lava lipsaya matta anganasu विनियोज्य क्रमेण क्षीणबिन्दवः कतिपयैः एव दिवसैः लुप्तदेहेन्द्रिय मनोवीर्याः दुर्बलाः नानारोग अभिभूताः निस्तेजसः भवन्ति. Now, this bindu, this life essence, which is a very superior thing, but these idiots who are behind the lust, they for that momentary pleasure just lose that lipsaya mattanganasu vinyojya, lose that in the other sex, the other partner, and after losing that energy, in a few days, very few days, they lose the strength of body, sense organ, mind, all the strength, all the kinds of strength, and because of which they are infected with different kinds of disease. And they'll lose the luster also. Nirvirya purusho brisham paribhuyate chastrivihi. And a person who has no life force, that person is discarded by the woman. Tathapi kamandho ayam punarapi riramsaya tameva anudhavati. But this person who is smitten by lust, he will again and again try to approach her. Satu tam trinayapi namanyate, and she will not even care him in the sense of like she takes she doesn't give importance to him like even like a straw. मदिरेक्षणाः कामिन्यः पंडितमपि विवेकिनम् अपि धीरमपि पुरुषं क्षणेन स्वकटाक्ष विशिखैः स्ववशतां नयन्ति. So this is the situation with the people who she is not interested. But if she is interested in somebody, then Panditamapi, even if he is a learned one, even if he is a person with discriminative power, even if he is a very, very intelligent or very strong person, with a moment's sideway glance, she will bring him under control. काम मोहितः पुरुषः प्रज्ञया विहीनः कार्यविकलः श्रेयो मार्गात् च्यवते. And a person who is smitten by this lust, who is attracted to her, losing his intelligence, he will not be able to discriminate between what is right and what is wrong, what should be performed and what should not be performed, and therefore he will fall from the grace of the superior greatness, the path of superior greatness. Sarvatha strishu sangaha dharmadi sakala purushartha nasha nidanam eva. So, in whichever way, association, attachment to a woman, for a woman, a man, is a cause for destruction of all the kind of purushartha, dharma, artha, kama, moksha. यस्य तु जन्मांतरीय सुकृत परिपाकवशात् वेक उदेति स सामय क्षणिक सुख लव कारणीभूत स्त्रियादि विषय विमुखः कांता कटाक्ष विशिखानल दग्धम आत्मानं गुरुकृपा कटाक्ष अमृत रसेन अपि आयाति. Now, this is talking about the person who is smitten by lust, who has lost his path. But for one, janmantriya sukrita paripaka vashat, for one who has, whose punya of the past has fructified, veka udeti, because of which he gains some discriminative power, sasamaya kshanika, he will not be attracted to this, attracted to the different kinds of enjoyments in the world, because he understands that as samaya, with trouble, kshanika, momentary, sukha lava, it is only a small portion of the absolute bliss. So in that he will not be attracted to, he will not fall for that. And because of the Guru Kripa Kataksha, because of the sideway glance of the Guru, he will not be attracted to the sideway glance of this women also, which is like he's explaining, that is like a forest fire which will burn him completely, entirely. So, Guru Anugraha Balat Kramena Utpanna Atma Tattva Sakshakaraha Nitya Nirateshya Akhanda Atma Anandam Anubhavati. But for one who has gained the grace of Guru, slowly, Kramena, in order means slowly, Utpanna Atma Tattva Sakshatkara, he gains the knowledge of the self. And because of which, Nitya Niritishya Akhanda Atma Anandam Anubhavati, he experienced the absolute bliss which is eternal. He experienced the eternal absolute bliss. Durantat samsara dukkhat nirmuktasavati, and he becomes relieved from the unending sorrow of samsara. Okay, now 238. Putra sangaja dukkha varnanam. Now, after talking a lot about what will happen to a person when he is attracted to or attached to a woman or a man, for the spouse, that is the idea. Okay, now he is saying putra sangaja dukkha varnanam. What happens to a person who is attached to the son? Yatha bharya tatha putropi dukkha hetu. Like the wife, the spouse, the son also is cause for sorrow. How? First he says, Anutpanna putrasya tad abhava prayukta dukkham ekam eva. For a person who has no child, For him, there is only one sorrow, that he or she does not have a child. That's the only sorrow. Utpanna putrasya, but for a person who has a son, dukkham tu nana prakaram. There are different kinds of sorrow. Tatahi. How? If we already don't know, he is explaining that. Tatahi, that is, striyo garbhadharana abhave dampatyoho ahoratram tat eka chintaya dukkham. So, when the woman is not gaining a child in her womb, then the husband and wife, they both are always worried about when will we have a child, when will we have a child, when will this take place. Okay, that is the first problem. Daivashat garbhadharane, but to some due to some God's grace, if she has a child in her womb, she becomes pregnant. Vinaduritam prasavishini chinta. Now, the next problem is now, until now, I didn't become pregnant. We are not pregnant. We are not pregnant. We are not pregnant. Once she becomes pregnant, then the next step problem starts. Oh, it should be everything should be fine. Everything should be fine, because the first trimester is the biggest problem, and all that they say. Okay, so say the childbirth should be without any problem. Okay. Jayamanasya apattasya stritva purushatva vishayini chinta. And the childbirth should be peaceful. That is after 9 months. But till then, are you going to be at peace? No. Is it going to be a male or it's going to be a female? What is the baby going to be? Is it going to be a baby boy or a baby girl? That. Okay. Garva Vicheda in some places like in India, you should not check, or the doctor should not, even if she checks, that doctor should not inform the parents what baby she is having. It's a crime. It is a crime. Not for anything, because after understanding that it is a woman, baby girl, many people try to abort. So they stop. To prevent it, they have made it a crime. Anyway, so this is going to be, now you have all the machinery to understand what it is. But when it is not there, what will be? Even then, the oldies, the grandmothers, they were all smart enough. They look at the navel, if it is open or if it is outside, something they'll say, look at that, and they'll say, oh, she is going to have a baby girl. She is going to have a baby girl. And another thing is, if the woman has a boy in her stomach, womb, she becomes little uglier if she is not already. But if it is a baby girl, she becomes little beautiful. No, that's a fact. That's a fact. You people know it. Okay. Okay. Now, Jayamanasya Patyasya. Now you are thinking about what is it is going to be. Okay. Garbha Vicheda Hetoho Anantyat Asampurneshu Maseshu Sravadi Dosham Vina Dashame Masi Sukha Prasuti Vishayini Junta. Now, Garbha Vicheda Hetoho Anantyat. So, whatever is the period where there is a possibility of the trimester, whatever the period where there is an easy possibility of abortion. Now, after that, Sampurneshu Maseshu, after that, Sravadi Dosham, without any other hindrance, Dashame Masi, in the 10th month, Sukha Prasuti Vishina, she should have to have a nice delivery. That is what is the thinking. Prasuti Same, and during the time of giving birth, the labor, Matur Jivita Vishini Chinta, the not just the baby, the mother also should be fine. That is another thought, another worry. Jatasya shishoho. Now, delivery is over. Jatasya shishoho vina bala arishtadikam jivana vishini chinta. Once the baby is born, immediately different kinds of diseases. So the diseases are attributed to the different kinds of graha doshas, etc. The planetary positions and all that, or the bad not bad deities, we can't call it, some because of the poor papa, some issues, so that should not be there. Now bala arishta means every baby has simple troubles. Even see, nowadays even for a simple cough, the parents are so worried, they don't know what to do. A simple cough, the baby is coughing. Bus. Every hell breaks loose. Oh, she's coughing. It's a natural thing. But no, they don't know how to handle these things. Anyway, that's their problem. Now, we should not be worried about their worry. So, jata shishoho navanamapi grahanam anukulyasya loke durlabhataratvat द्वित्राणां ग्रहाणां विषमगतिं चुक्त्वा दंपत्योः अहोरात्रं चिंता. The parents, they are worried when, see, there are 9 planets, and naturally, not for everyone, all the 9 planets will be in good position. It is a very rare occurrence. Now, if the astrologer whom they consult, he says, or the grandfather or somebody will be there in the family to see, oh, these 2 planets are not good for this baby. Okay, now that should not hurt our baby. This is going to be the problem. Now, until now, the baby was the problem. Now the planets are the problem. Okay, now जातस्य शिशोः स्तन्यं चेत् न पिबति तदा अश्रुवृष्टिरेव दम्पत्योः भवति. If that baby who is born is not drinking the mother's milk, then both are going to cry. Then ईदृक् चिन्तया सहैव कतिपय मासेषु गतेषु दन्त उत्पत्ति दशायां केषाञ्चित् शिशूनां बालारिष्टवशात् मरणं श्रुत्वा मातापितृभ्यां व्यसनम् अनुभूयते. And along with this, the baby grows. In a few months, the teeth starts coming, and during this period, normally what happens is the babies have loose motion and all that. That's a natural thing. And when this is going to happen, when it's going to, has this teeth started sprouting? Has this teeth started sprouting? Be careful. During that period, there may be loose motion. His daughter, his son, there will be all kinds of bad ideas on your head. Now, that should not happen to our baby. Nothing bad should happen to our baby. That is the chinta. That is the worry now. Okay. Then vyadhyadina krushi bhute shisho chatushpatheshu pida nivrudyartham baliharanam kurvanti. Now, if due to some sickness, natural it is for the baby to have sickness. So if the baby is sick, then they will start offering bali, of some kind of offering to the different gods or different the animals, etc. They'll say, oh, you should have to feed a cow, you have to feed a dog. They will do everything. Not just that, tat saukyartham chandalo va pushkalo va antyajo va mlecho va अत्यंत अपशदो वा भवतु यः कश्चन मान्त्रिकः भिषग्वा तेन मन्त्रयन्ति भिषिच्यन्ति. And if that baby is sick still, even after doing that, whatever they said, there will be some mantrika, means a person who does this miracle curing. Okay, or there may be a doctor. Whether the doctor or this doctor means not doctor means the village kind of doctors which there used to be. So whether that person is a chandala means a person who is of the class of the one the final one kind of the one who works in the crematorium, so that is chandala. Okay, or whether pushkasaha means again baby born out of a brahmin man and a kshatriya woman. So these kind of combinations. Then antyajova or a shudra, mlechova or a foreigner, atyanta apashadova, or he is see Brahmin man and a Kshatriya woman, we said. There can be any other combination, Brahmin, Kshatriya, Brahmin, Vaishya, Brahmin, Shudra, etc. Or Kshatriya, Vaishya, Kshatriya, Shudra, Vaishya, Shudra, like that. All those combinations are Atyanta Apashada. So, all the different cross breedings. So, Kashchana Mantrika, that person who professes magic cure, he may be any of this, but still they will go to him, they'll take the baby. Somebody says, oh, have you been to that person? He cures these kind of things like that. Is it? There is no rationality there. They'll do that. That artham adhira bhutva nechadi aradhita devatapi pranamanti. And for the sake of curing the baby, if that fellow says you have to worship this god, this goddess, which is not even in the tradition, it's some foreign god, some foreign goddess, they will also do that. Asambhashyena saha putra vatsalyena sneham gurvanti. And because of the love for the son, they will even make friendship with people who should not be talked with, who should not be made friends with. Bhairavadi aneka devata uddeshena swa prarthana siddhyartham smashana bhumau balim ikshpanti. And Bhairava, etc. See, we have Shiva, we have Parvati, all these forms. But Bhairava is not a form which you worship every day. That is not how it is. Though we see Bhairava Tantra, Vijnana Bhairava Tantra, we are seeing in the tradition, it is not a deity which is worshipped every day. When you want to hurt someone, you call this deity, or if you want to protect someone from hurting you, you call these deities. These are all little aggressive deities. So what this person will do is Bhairavadi Aneka Devata Uddeshan, for this Bhairava, etc., different kinds of deities, for the baby to get well and be all right, they will also go to the crematorium and make some offering there. Meaning they'll go to any extent, that's the idea. Swasya grihe devatapi devalakena dakkam nadayitva sanjali putam pujayanti. And whatever deity they have in their house, they will also worship them with folded hands by beating the drums, etc. Kshudra raksha bandhana yantra ghutikadin chishoho kanthe dharayanti. And there are different kinds of talismans which they wear for warding of the bad omens, like a metal piece in which they put something, that is gutika. Then sometimes they will tie thread around your hand or your neck or your biceps. So these kind of things also they do. परमेश्वरात् नारायणाद्वा परं दैवं स्वप्नेऽपि अस्मरन्तोऽपि पुत्राद्यर्थं कुलटाः स्त्रीव तत्र तत्र नानादेवताः भजन्ते. See, though they are very staunch devotees of Shiva or Vishnu, but still kulataha means kulam atati iti kulataha means a woman who is unchaste, characterless. So, like a characterless woman, she wanders off everywhere. Similarly, this person also leaving alone the Shiva and Vishnu, even in dream, he would have not even thought of the other deities. But still, for the sake of baby, he will even worship them. Worship all the different deities. Masurikadi darshane Mata Pitradeha Sarve Vrutha Mana Kleshayantaha Mangala Snanadikam Varjayanti. Okay, if they see Masurika means a small boil, kind of smallpox. If they see a smallpox, then forget it. The traditional bath which needs to be performed, they will even taking bath itself, they'll forget to avoid any spread or any inconvenience for the baby. Masurika Shantyartham Tad Devata Vahana Bhutam Tad Devata Vahana Bhutam Gardhavam Aradayanti Devata Buddhya. And for this smallpox or chicken pox, whatever, that smallpox to be removed, the goddess which is associated with the smallpox, its vehicle is donkey. They will worship even that donkey with the sense that that donkey is the goddess. So they will do that. Ittam. So finally, okay. Ittam. In this way, Mahata Prayasena Sishurakshanam Kurvantaha Mata Pitrau Shishoho Yavanavaryantam Durantam Chintam Bahataha. And in this way, the parents who take care of the babies from the childhood till the youth, there are innumerable durantam chintam bahatah, the innumerable kind of troubles, pains, thoughts they will have, they will carry with them. शैशवे अत्यंतं क्रीडासक्तान् बालान् ततः प्रतिनिवर्त्य विद्यायां प्रवर्तने प्रतिदिनं महत् दुःखं जायते पित्रोः. What? That's all? No. I'm just saying it is not that's all. Okay, let me explain what I mean. He says, see, when the baby has grown, now it is of the age where it can be sent to school. Now we will remember all that. Shaishave, in that period, Krida Saktan Balan, the baby wants to play. Tataha Pratinivartya, taking it away from the games, putting in school. Vidyayam Pravartane, putting in school. Pratidina Mahad Dukkham Jayate. It's a big pain every day. It's a big pain every day. No, no baby wants to go to school. It will be all dressed up till the gate. But there in the gate, no, no. So Mahadukkam Jayate Pitroho Pratidyanam. Every day that's a great pain. Shalayam. Now, once they understand, okay, there is no scope, you can't cry daily. Okay, you have to go inside. Now, Patashalayam, Balantaraihi, Kalahayamanaha, Swayam Anyan Stadayantaha, Annihi Tadyamanascha Putraha, Pitroho Dukkayatavo Bhavanti. And they are sent to the school. Now, inside the school, when there is a fight between the kids, either our kid beats the other kid or the other kid beats our kid. Now, because of that, putraha pitroho, those sons for the parents, dukkha heto bhavanti, are great pain. Prachina samskara vashat vidya grahana patave satyapi. Pravachana patuta abhave, pravachana patutayam api. Putranam Dyutadi Durvyapara Asaktau Asahyam Dukkham Vitro. Now, okay, he is not getting into all that because of his past punya or papa. Punya, his papa, he is not good at studies. Punya, he is very good at studies. Okay, no problem. His papa, he is not good at explaining or writing in the exam what he studied. Punya, maybe he is good at that also. Whether it is good or bad does not really matter. But when this son, Dyutadi Durvyapar Asaktau, when he is introduced to these bad habits of playing for money, etc., like playing in casino, he starts playing those kind of things or any bad habits, smoking, etc. Now, when parents do smoke, but if the kids start smoking, they can't accept that. How can? How can? So that Dyutadi, when they start having these bad habits, they start when they are introduced or they are habituated these kind of habits, then Dukkham Pitroho, there is pain for the parents. Tato Tataha Yavana Atikramado Kramad Arvageva Putrara Vivaha Sampatti Vishaya Chinta. Now, even before the boy attains his youth, they'll start thinking, oh, we should have to get him married to some good girl. No? Kula, Shiladi, Sampanna, Badhu, Prapti Vishayini, Mahati Chinta. We should have to start finding a girl for her, for this boy. Now, after that, okay, now that girl should be from a good family, that girl should have good character, all this, okay, Putradi Vivahartham, and every girl you see will be like that's your bride, that's your son's bride, okay. Putradi Vivahartham Dhanadi Arjane Mahan Kleshaha, and to get this boy married, you have to arrange for a function. You need money for that. To collect that money, there is a great pain. Itham Yavana Avadhi Mata Pitroho Putra Vishayini Anavadika Chinta. In this way, till the boy attains his youth, there are innumerable worries the parents go through. Daivagya Mukhat Putrasya Alpaishtvam Shubtva Apamrityu Pariharaya Aneka Upayan Acharanti. And this again another thing. He attains youth. Okay, everything is fine. At this point, some astrologer predicts, oh, this fellow is not going to live long. Gone. Because it happened to me. I went to visit my grandmother. My grandmother was very serious. She was serving me food and all, but she was very serious, meaning the long face and all that. I was like asking, what? What's happening? Nothing, nothing. Eat, eat. I said, I'm not eating. If you're not going to tell me, I'm not eating. Tell me what. No, your mother's younger sister, her father in law, he is an astrologer. So he saw my chart and predicted that this fellow is not going to live long. I was already 22 or 20 plus something. This fellow is not going to live long. Ah, is that all? You are playing all the drama. Okay, now put sambar now. What? Are you not worried? If I'm going to die, I'm going to die. What is there to worry? Put sambar. Now, this is the important problem now to solve. So, this is what is the biggest pain. Now, what will happen if your mother learns about this? It is not even her problem. Now she is also worried about her own daughter's problem. These are all big problems. So, Bhagya Mandyadi, Bhagya Mandyad, Yedi Suto Mriyate, Tada Mata Pitrau Rasi Kadayando Yavad Jivam Rutitaha. Now, if the fate is not good and this kid dies, then the parents they hit their chest and their head and they'll be crying till their life. The biggest pain is losing the parents losing their child. That is the biggest pain. And Putra Shoka, it is called as Putra Shoka in the Shastra also. It's called as Putra Shoka. It's a very big pain. And losing anyone is a big pain. That is, there is no different idea about it. See, when I went to this same grandmother, when we went to cremate her, there was another grandmother who was getting cremated in the next platform. She was 80 plus 90, 80, 90 something, probably. Because, why I am saying? Because her sons were 60, 70. They were crying when they were doing the final rites for the mother. 60, 70, they were crying. I came to my home and I told my mother this happened. Her mother died. Okay, we went to cremate her mother, and I am telling this story. Her worry is not how did the mother's cremation go. She asked, "Will you cry for me?" He said, why are you worried about it now? You are not going to die anytime soon. A. B. Even if you die, if I don't cry, will you be knowing it? Will you come back? Why are you not crying? And so don't worry about that. So see the worries, different kinds of worries. Okay. Bala arishtadibhyah uttirnah putrah yada kritadarah bhavati tada dussikshetah putrah स्वदारावत्यादीन एव अत्यादरेण पोषयन्ति न तु महता क्लेशेन संरक्षितवन्त पितरौ. Another bigger problem. Okay, you saved your son from the diseases of the child, the travesties of the young age, and all that, and you got him married. Now, Kritadaro Bhavati, he is now married. Tada, at that point of time, Dusikshitaha Putraha, this son is taught badly, wrong way, not by the parents, by the wife and their parents, wife's parents. Now, Swadarapatyadineva Atyadarena Poshanti, and his wife, that son, he'll listen to his wife and his brother, the wife's brother, his family, the wife's family, and all them, and he will nourish them, and the whole life, the parents who protected them, he will not even care about them. Bharya tad bandhu jana adhinaha pitaravadhi pitaro adikshipati. Pitaro adikshipati cha garbhabedibhir nindavachanihi. And because of he is under the spell of the wife and their family and her family, now he will disrespect the parents. Not just disrespect, he will use harsh words that will tear your womb. That is the kind of pain he will inflict. Dushkruta falabhuto asatputraha pitroho uparjitam prabhutam dhanam सर्व उपकरणानि च बलात् आदाय पितरौ शरीरमात्रौ मात्र अवशेषितौ गृहे अवस्थाप्य स्वदारापत्यादिभिः सह अन्यत्र गत्वा सुखं वसति. Now, दुष्कृत फलत भूतो असत्पुत्र. This son, who is the result of your bad karmas, what he will do? Pitra uparjitam prabhutam dhanam. The big amount, the big wealth which the parents have toiled to earn all their life, that money and all the other instruments, the vehicles, etc. Baladadaya, forcefully he will take it away. Pitarau sharira matra avasheshitau grihe avasthapya. He will leave the parents, just their life, that's their body. Whatever they have, he will take it away. And he will go along with his wife and son and live in another place happily. These are all things which used to happen everywhere till some years. After the laws, not the in-laws, after the government found out, they started creating laws to protect the elderly. And in India, they have introduced a law very recently that if the parents are discarded in this way, then the son or the daughter will be imprisoned. So they have put in these new laws. And 3-4 days ago, I saw a news, 82-year-old father throwing his 62-year son from the house. So these kind of things happen now also. So these are all general ideas. See, when we come to Vedanta, for us to gain that dispassion, these gurus, they use all the trick in their hat. They'll just pull out every trick in their hat to induce you that it is not. See, I'm trying to lessen the seriousness by joking around, but the point is they are saying this seriously for us to understand it is not the son who is the problem. It is not the son or daughter who is the problem. It is your attachment that is the problem. That is what they want to show. Your son or daughter may be very good, very bad. That is not the problem. Very good or very bad, your attachment to that very goodness and very badness is the problem. So that is what he is trying to point out to. So for that, he is using the son as a scapegoat. That's all. Okay. So mahata kleshena samvardita pitroho annapane api nakalpyanti. And he goes to different place and lives happily. These people, these parents who took care of him with so great pain, he won't even care about their food and drinks, whatever. Prastutaha pitroho upakurvantam dayalum shapayatyapi. And in this situation, if someone from the village or someone known to him takes care of the parents, he will start cursing him. Who is he? What? All that. These things also happen. Itham papinam putram prapya pitro dirgham vishvasitaha nishvasitaha. So this having this kind of a son who is a result of their papa, who is a sinner, these parents will have to live a very painful life. Dirgham nishvasitaha means they give a very big sigh. Itham putravata Putravata anubhuyamana mahaddukham na putrasya asti. So, a person who has a son, progeny, has these kind of pains, these different kinds of sorrows. This is not there for a person who does not have a baby. So, evam sarvadukha nidanam jaya putradikam yatva vekino dareshanayaha putreshanayasya uttushtanti. This is the point he wants to drive. For that, he is talking all ill about the children or anything. Evam, in this way, sarva dukkha nidanam jaya putradikam yatva. Sarva dukkha nidanam. For all the pains or for all the sorrows in the world, the cause is a wife, husband, son, etc. Knowing this, Vekinaha, person with discrimination, Dara Eshanayaha, Putreshanayaha Vittishtanti, he rises above the attachment to the wife or attachment to the son. Putreshana, Vitteshana, Lokeshana. There are three Eshanas. Eshana Trayatyaga. Putreshana. Putreshana means attachment to the son, wife again. Then Vitteshana, attachment to the wealth. Then Lokeshana, attachment to the name and fame in the world. These are three attachments which a person should give up. Eshana Trayatyaga eva sannyasa. In Bhashya, Bhagavan Bhashyakara says, what is sannyasa? What is renunciation? Giving up attachment to these three things is sannyasa. So, Mahataha Sukritasya Falabhutaha Pitarau Devata Buddhya Samaradhyan Satputrastu Durlavatarha. It is not that there is no son who is good. There are sons who are good. That's what he says. Mahataha Sukritasya Falabhuta. For a great punya which you have done in the past, as a fruit, you have gained this son who worships the parents as God. That kind of putra, son also, that is called a Satputra. Satputra means a good son. So that good son also is there. That is very rare. Durlabhataraha, very rare. Okay. So 239, because the biggest problem is the parents, whoever they are. If you are going to talk about the other spouse, they are ready to accept that. You crack a wife joke to the husband or husband joke to the wife. Maybe. True. But son, they'll turn ferocious. So the idea we have to understand. Okay. 239. Dhanasangaja dukkham. Now, Dara Ishana, attachment to the wife, that was explained. Putra Ishana, attachment to the son, that is explained. Now, Vitteshana, Dhana Ishana, attachment to the wealth, that is explained. The pain because of being attached to the wealth. What are the pains that the attachment to the wealth gives? Dharavatyadikam parityajya dhanameva kangshato bhattaram dukkham. A person who gives up the money, the wife and kids for the sake of wealth, he gains even more greater pain. There are people. Why? Because dhanam hi, a wealth, arjane, vyaye, rakshane, hanocha dukkhameva. Wealth, to earn it, you have to toil. Then, when it is the hard earned money, when it is getting spent, there is a great pain. To earn it, you have to toil, that's great pain. Now it is spent, that is great pain. Now, to protect it from the thieves, etc., great pain. And if you lose it, great pain. So any which way, you earn it or you lose it, it is cause for pain. So dukkham eva vidatte. It only gives you sorrow. Without money also there is pain. You have to understand. Does not mean that oh, I give up my husband or wife, I give up my sons and money. Wait, even that, even without it, it is great pain. So the attachment is what is said here. We have to remember again and again that without it, without this, it is impossible. It is difficult. But the attachment to it is important. अनवधिक धन अर्जन आसक्तः पुरुषः निरवधिकान् पापान् आचरति. And I remember this. Mario Puzo, when he starts The Godfather, the first page, you see, behind every wealth, we always say this, behind every successful man, there is a woman, right? So there he says, behind every wealth, there is a crime. Anavadhika dhana arjana, a person who is attached to earning a lot of money, then needed, that person niravadikan papan acharati will practice a lot of sins. Nana anartham abhajanam cha bhajati bhavati, and he will that sins will become cause for different kinds of pain. See, a person who sells coffee with a can, he will dream of having 10 people under him with his cans. Okay, he got that. Now his dream will be, instead of selling it in cans, let me have a coffee shop. Okay, then let me have a big hotel. Okay, chain of hotels. Okay, then you have other people competitors, destroying them through hook and crook and acquiring them. Okay, not letting any new fellow to come up. So every stage, when he was having a simple coffee shop, there was no problem. When he wanted to grow more and more and more, invariably he is going to enter into the world of crime. So, dhana sampadana pravurto jati kula dharmas tyajati. And a person who is completely involved in only earning money, for him money is the religion, nothing else. He will not follow any religion, he will not follow any religious code or anything associated with the rituals. Nana Ghora. See, you can see this. A person who does not have any money, people on the roads, nomads, they don't care about their religion. The person with lots of money, loads of money, they also don't follow their religion. They don't follow anything actually. So, Nana Ghora Karmana Dhanarjane Pravurtopi Swapurva Adrushtayatam Eva Dhanam Labhate Najikam. Okay. Even if you are going to perform great amounts of sins and crimes and all that, and you want to earn lot of money, that is the only goal. Even still, you have to remember this line. With whatever you do to earn money, still, Swa Purva Adrushta Ayatam Eva Dhanam Labhate Na Adhikam. That line you have to understand. Nana Ghora Karmana Dhanardhane Pravurtopi means you may Nana Ghora, different kinds of ugly karmana, acts, karmas, Dhanardhane for earning money, Pravurtopi you may be involved in. You may be involved in many ugly acts to earn money. That is not the point. The next point. Swa Purva Adrushta Ayatam Eva Dhanam Labhate. na ajikam. You will earn only that money, not more. Only that money, not more means swa purva adrushtayatam. Whatever is your prarabdha, whatever is your fate, you will earn only that money, not more, not less. Whatever you do. Okay. Now, व्यये सति धनं क्षीयते इति भीत्या न स्वभोगाय भोगाय अपि ईषदपि धनं व्ययं करोति. And stingy person, he will be like, oh, if I'm going to spend money, then the money is going to get lost. Therefore, fearing that he will not spend any money for his luxury also, comfort also, not luxury, comfort at least. Kintu mahatam klesham anubhavan नाना नाना कुमार्गैः तद्धनं वर्धयन् एव प्रियते. And fearing the money will be lost, he doesn't want to spend any money for any comfort, and experiencing all the trouble and all the pain, and investing the money in all the wrong paths, he is going to earn lot of money and die without spending a penny. So in Tamil, there was a great saint called Avaya. This is a lady poet saint. She was a very young lady. She was about to get married, but she didn't want to get married. So she goes to the god Ganapati, who she loves a lot. So she goes and prays to Ganapati, saying, please take away this young age and bless me with old age, so I don't have to answer anyone. And because of the blessing, she turns into an old lady. The image of Avaya, where whenever you see, it's always of an old lady, never of a young lady. She's from the beginning till end, she'll be old. Now, she says one statement. You put forth a lot of effort to earn money, but when you drop dead, oh, you sinner, somebody else is going to experience this money, not you. Somebody else is going to enjoy this money. கூடுவிட்டு ஆவிதான் போன பின்னே பாவிகால் யாரோ அனுபவிப்பார் அந்த பணம். When the life leaves your body and goes away, oh, you sinner, somebody is going to enjoy that money. You didn't enjoy anything. That is what she says. Here also that is a similar idea said. So bhogayava paropakarayava vinyoge asati. Why she is saying that is, this stingy person, he is not spending any penny on himself or others. So he says, so bhogayava paropakarayava, for his own enjoyment or for serving others, for helping others. Vinyoge asati, he is not going to spend any money. When that is not done, yadi devasha dhanam nashyati, when you are not spending on your own or for someone else, when the money is lost, then tada apare shogasagare nimajjati, he will be immersed in a great pain. He didn't spend on himself, so he has not used any money. He didn't spend on others. He didn't spend on himself, therefore he has not experienced any joy through that money. He didn't spend on others. He didn't gain any punya also. There is no enjoyment, nor is there any punya. Both way he is lost. These kind of things happen. Suddenly, we see a lot of cloudbursts now in north. Overnight, a tsunami or a cloudburst takes away all the wealth you had, the family you had. Nothing is left. Buildings with 4 stories and 10 stories, they are all falling like a chopsticks. So there is nothing. nothing left for him to live. That is the situation. So, if you have not spent on yourself to enjoy, what use is this of? It's all gone. If you have not spent it on others to gain some punya, it's gone. So you will be then that person will not have any strength to earn more money again. There is no vairagya. There is no vairagya. He will go into depression. That is the difference. If you have spent it on yourself or others, at least there is a possibility of you gaining some dispassion. Now, instead of dispassion, this fellow will be going into depression. So, itham dhanam ananta dukkha karana bhavati. In this way, wealth is great source of pain. Itham sunipanam vicharya bharchuhu dara apatya dhanadi abhimanam duri krutya vane ekakisan shamadamadi sadhana abhyasa nirato bahuva. In this way, very nicely, by performing the inquiry properly, nicely, Bharchu, our hero, at giving up the attachment to wife, kids, and wealth from far away, keeping it up at distance. Vane ekakisan, staying alone in the forest, practicing the shama, dama, etc., sense organ control, mind control, etc., being immersed in that practice, he lived a life of austerity. Now, this is okay. Is this all the story of Bharchu? Means he went to a different land to get rid of the enemies, protected the country. He comes back, and everyone forgot him. No, we'll see what happened. This is the idea the Puranas and all use through stories. So if you are going to remember, at the end of the day, you will be remembering, okay, there was a person called Bharchu. He was a very good minister, chief minister of a king, whatever king he is. Then he, because of the treacherous people, he was sent to a different land to fight the enemies. He gained victory. When he came back, he understood he is no more needed. He stayed back in the forest. And whatever happens in the later stage, we will remember only this story, but in between that story, how he gained that dispassion and discrimination, that was explained. That portion is lost. That is what is happening during the storytelling session of Bhagavata, etc. That is what I was telling yesterday. Okay, we'll see this. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamadachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. ओम विदिताखिल शास्त्र सुधा जलधे महितोपनिषत् कथितार्थ निधे हृदये कलये विमलं चरणं भव शंकर देशिक मे शरणं करुणा वरुणालय पालय मम भव सागर दुःख विदून हृदं रचयाखिल दर्शन तत्त्ववेदं भव शंकर देशिक मे शरणं भवता जनता सुखिता भविता निज बोध विचारण चारुमते कलयेश्वर जीव विवेक वेदम भव शंकर देशिक मे शरण भव एव भवानीति मे नितरां समजायत चेतसि कौतुकिता मम वारय मोह महाजलधिं भव शंकर देशिक मे शरण सुकृते धिकृते बहुधा भवतो भविता समादर्शन लालसता अतिदीनमिमं परिपालय मम भव शंकर देशिक मे शरण जगतिमवितुं कलिताकृतयो विचरन्ति महामः सशलता अहिमांशुरिवात्र विभासि गुरो भव शंकर देशिक मे शरणं गुरु पुंगव केतन ते समतामयता मही कोपि सुधि शरणागत वत्सल तत्त्वनिधे भव शंकर देशिक मे शरणं विदितानमया विशदैककला न च किञ्चन काञ्चनम् अस्ति गुरो कृतमेव विधेहि कृपां सहजा भव शंकर देशिक मे शरणं भव शंकर देशिक मे शरणम्